With spring bear season right around the corner, I just wanted to go over some of my favorite Sitka pieces that I basically wear on almost every spring bear hunt. Our hunting season here in Montana starts in mid-April and it runs through the middle of June. So there's a big amount of time there from, where we're going out and a lot of times having to go through knee-deep snow to get back into these basins to watch these hillsides, right on to the end of the year where we're walking through these luscious green grass fields full of wildflowers. So there's a big range here of kind of what we're dealing with. It's all spot and stalk, mostly mountainous country, no bait and no use of hounds here. So what I kind of start with from my feet up with Sitka is the Stormfront Gator. Anybody that's followed me for very long knows that I rarely leave home without a gator on. I absolutely love the protection that a gator provides as well as the stability. I've always felt like it almost acts a bit like an ankle brace that starts at the bottom of your foot and ends, kind of up at the top of your calf. It makes you feel a little more stable from the knee down, which, in this rocky terrain, kind of having that extra ankle support is never a bad thing, as well as just, bears live in rugged, swampy country that a lot of times has creeks or swamps, ponds, that kind of thing. You never know when you're going to have to be bombing across some water. So, trying to wear a lightweight boot to stay as light as you can and then doubling it up with a gator is how I like to run. And it's always worked well for me. The Stormfront Gator is just absolutely bomb-proof. So starting there, next, I am a huge fan of the Timberline pant here. This has always been my favorite Sitka pant. I wear it probably more than most people, but I'm a little bit cold-blooded. I get that from my mother. And so I never suffer by having more layers on. I'm more apt to be uncomfortable if I'm cold. I don't get hot very easily. So for me, I love the Timberline pant. It's a little bit heavier pant. It's got the reinforced knees here with the knee pads in there, which you can take out if you don't want to leave them in there for certain hunts. And then it's also got the reinforced back end here for sitting down. Once again, a lot of times in snow banks or on rocks, that's not the most comfortable. These pants, I have 2 pairs of them and I wear them, I'll bet you 3 times a week, whether I'm going to the office or hunting. Big fan of the Timberline pants here. Always have been. Next, kind of moving on up, one thing I'll always wear is this Core Heavyweight hoodie. Big fan of hoodies in general. Personally, I get earaches in the wind, like a cool breeze. I can get earaches pretty easily, so I always like having a layer on, at least one layer that I can be able to flip up to get that wind off of my ears. For me, once again, I'm a guy that doesn't get hot very easily, so I always am apt to lean with the heavyweight versus the lightweight. They do make this in a lightweight as well, but I'm a fan of this one here. And then, of course, spring bear season, I've already touched on how the storms move through in Montana here. The old saying, if you don't like the weather, wait 5 minutes. That definitely applies in the springtime here in Montana. So having good rain gear is super important. Lightweight rain gear, packable, being able to really condense it down, save your pack for other things, hopefully a bear quarter or two and a hide on the way out. But this is the new Dew Point system that Sitka has just released. Super lightweight, quieter material. And another thing that will not be left at home this year during spring bear season. So the top and bottom. But just a few things from the Sitka lineup here that I just never leave home without. And it's going to start here real soon. So when you head out this spring, best of luck.